Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to give you the long-awaited Q&A video that I have been promising for. I look back on my community page and it's been a little over 6 months, I think 7 months almost, since I first started asking for questions for this video. And then I had planned on shooting it and I got sick with the virus, and then it just kind of slipped my mind and I forgot about it for the whole winter. But now I'm here and I have more questions and I'm going to answer them for you today. So the first question is, what does my husband do for work? He currently is a control room operator at a local power plant, and it really is a great job. It just has a stinky schedule. We don't like the schedule at all. But the job is great. It pays well. He enjoys it. He's made friends there. He gets to share the gospel with them often, and they treat him well. So that's been really good. Another question that I had about my husband was, how did my husband and I meet? We met in high school. Actually, we started dating when I was 15 and he was 17. So we are high school sweethearts. We're celebrating 20 years of marriage. This is coming June, which is super exciting. And so yeah, we actually, I'll tell you the long story. It was a Sunday morning. I don't remember exactly the day. I was at the church that we went to when we were in high school, and I was talking to a friend in the basement before Sunday school was starting, and pretty soon this really cute guy walked in, and I had never met him before, but everyone else there knew him because he had been there all summer, because they had moved there in the summer. And besides that, he had come every summer to Colorado to help his grandparents on their farm. I had left every summer to go to Washington to visit my dad, so I had never got to meet him, even though all of my friends already knew him. So that was the first time I met my husband, was at Sunday school, a few weeks before school actually started. So we knew each other for a few weeks before we started dating, and then started dating. We dated for 3 years before, almost 3 years before we got married. So that's how we met. The next question I have is in regards to us moving. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it in a card up here. We will be moving in a few months to the Kansas City area. My husband is going to start seminary full-time to become a pastor and be in full-time ministry. So the question was, what am I looking forward to? Am I excited about moving? And what am I looking forward to as being a pastor's wife? I am excited about moving. I have mixed emotions about it. I do love being here. I love our church. I love my kids having friends. I love living where we live. I do wish sometimes that we were closer to town and closer to our church, because that is the only drawback of living out here where we're at. So I'm excited about moving, but I also am sad about moving. Our oldest daughter will not be going with us. She is graduated now and she's going to be staying here. So we will be without her going, and just leaving all of our friends. I have made friends in Kansas City. The church we're moving to actually is pastored by the brother of one of our pastors here. So we know them, and we are comfortable with them, and we've made friends with them. I went there a few weekends ago for a pastor's wife, the first Shepherd's Wives conference is what it was. And that was really fun to go there and get to know some of the ladies from the new church that we will be moving to. So we are excited to go. We are excited for my husband to start seminary, super excited. And God has been very kind to us in granting us patience to wait on his timing for this, because if it was up to us, we would have just left a long time ago, and then that wouldn't have been the right timing. So God's been kind, helping us to be patient, but we're very excited to go. I keep looking around the house thinking, what do I need to start packing? But there's not a whole lot. I mean, there's a few things I could start packing, but since our house is not big, we use most of what's in here every day. So I could start packing things. I have been thinking about moving and what to take with us and what to not take with us. Okay, so we are excited about moving. I'm excited about moving. With our house here, we won't be selling it. It will remain ours. The land and everything, we're just keeping it. And so I will have storage here while we're gone. I don't know if when we're done with seminary, if this is where we will return to. It will be wherever the Lord leads us to at that point. But for now, we don't have to take all of our belongings with us, which is a blessing, because it's a lot of work to move to a new state with a large family. And so for me to be able to just take what we need with us will be helpful. But we also will be living there for 4 years. So that's something I have to consider also. But we also won't just be there and not ever come back. So once we leave, I plan to come back several times actually, because the kids are going to church camp. My sister's getting married. We have another wedding to come to. There's holidays. So I can take what I think I'm going to use for now. And if there's things that I'm like, I really need to bring that back with me, when we come back, I'll be able to load it and take it with me back to Kansas City. So anyway, I'm just thinking about what I want to take with me, what I need to take with me. I was thinking this morning that because I have such an issue with feeling like I need to do all the curriculums and changing my mind 80 bazillion times a year, that it may be helpful for me if I decide what we're going to do for school next year and take it with me, and that would be it. Like, I can take our reading books with us, but all of the curriculum that I have, I can leave it and not even have it as a temptation, which might help me to be better at sticking with a curriculum, because I'm really bad at that, because I just want to do everything. So anyway, that I am excited about moving. My husband's excited about moving. The kids are not still excited. I think they're excited, but also don't want to leave their friends. So, all right. Let's see. Next question. What denomination are we? We are non-denominational. We go to a church called Grace Bible Church here in Colorado. And when we moved to Kansas City, the church we're going to is called Grace Bible Church. So we are non-denominational. Any more babies? We don't have any plans for more babies. If the Lord gives us more babies, we will take them. But we are happy and content with the 8 kids that we have. And so we don't plan to have any more in the future. Okay, the next question is, what do the older kids plan to do after they're done with their schooling? So Kaylee is done with her school. She finished at the end of March. Yep. She made a goal to finish by the end of March so that I didn't have to pay for her to be evaluated this year. So Kaylee does not have to be evaluated this year, and she is all the way done with school. I told her it was weird not to be planning of what curriculum she's going to do next year, because I'm just used to doing that. So her plans, can I share what your plans are, sis? Okay. Kaylee will be, right now she is just hanging out and she reads a lot of books, and she has a job. She works for my sister. She does it all virtually, so she can do it from here. So she works for my sister. My sister owns a custom house home design company, and so she works for her. Whenever we move, she will be moving into town, and she will live with one of the single ladies from our church. She has a 2-bedroom apartment, but it's just her living there. So Kaylee's gonna move in and live there for about 6 months until December. And then Kaylee actually will be getting married in December. Her and her fiance both turn 18 in November, and they're going to get married in December. So they both graduated high school this spring. He also is done, he graduated. So that's her plan. She's gonna get married and be a wife, and then eventually a mom. Kolter is going to be a freshman next year in high school. Right now, he has a strong desire to also join the Navy. And so that is a goal that he's working toward doing. It's gonna take a lot of work for him as far as the testing situation. He's got to do math, science, and English. And so his high school will consist of a lot of that to prepare him to be able to take the test that he's going to need to take and get the scores he needs for the position he wants to be in the Navy. But right now he's doing a lot of physical things. He really likes working out. He likes running, so he does that often. Kryspin is just going to be in 7th grade, and he doesn't know quite yet what he wants to do. He has a lot of interests. He has the mind of an engineer, but we'll see what the Lord does with that. So those are the 3 oldest kids. All the other ones are still younger than that, and they've got a lot of time to decide. Kryspin has a lot of time to decide. Even Kolter does. He's still got 4 years. So that's what they want to do. I have no idea. The other question was, what did I want to be whenever I got older? I don't remember. I have no idea. I remember in high school, graduating, even though I knew I was getting married when I turned 18, which was right after I graduated, I had no idea really what I wanted to do. I had a full ride scholarship to a community college, so I just picked to go for nursing and started that, and didn't last very long because I was married and my husband's job was moving to a different state. So I went with him and quit college, and I don't regret it one single bit. Let's see. Okay, how many hours a day do I spend on food prep and cooking? This varies tremendously. It depends on if we're having leftovers. It depends on what meal we have, because some meals that I cook can take me anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to prepare, with all the interruptions and the helping kids and all that kind of stuff, while others take me like 20 minutes. So it really just depends. I don't know an exact answer for this because every day is so different. This morning I spent probably an hour in the kitchen making cinnamon rolls for breakfast. And then at lunch, I didn't spend any time in the kitchen because Kyla made lunch for us. And then I'll have to make something for dinner tonight, but I don't know what it'll be. It'll be something fast because we have church tonight. So I would say on a day where I have to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'll probably spend, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours in the kitchen working on stuff. So that's probably a rough estimate. I spend a lot of time in the kitchen, which I don't mind. The next question. What is one food that I can't stand? Let's see. I know one thing I've never liked in my whole life is the fatty, gritty parts of a steak. I really, or even any kind of meat, I can't stand the gristly, fatty pieces. If I'm like eating chicken or something and I get a big chunk of like gristle stuff, it ruins the entire meal for me. I will stop eating because I get so grossed out. So that's something I really don't like. Right now I don't like green peppers. They were my most favorite vegetable when I was a kid, and I actually used to enjoy them until I got the virus, and it changed my taste buds so much that that's one thing has not come back yet for me to enjoy is green peppers. For a long time I really disliked coffee. I really dislike bacon and green peppers, but bacon and coffee are back now. I enjoy them. But the green peppers are still one thing I don't like. They just, ugh, they're just gross to me. So even cooked, I don't like them. So green peppers and fatty, gristly stuff. So anything like rubbery, you know, like calamari or squid. Is squid and calamari the same thing? I don't remember.
Yes, they are.
Are they the same? What do you call, is it octopus have a special name? I don't know, like octopus. I don't mind clams. I'll eat some clams. They're not my favorite thing, but I don't mind them. So anyway, rubbery, gristly, fatty things, I don't like them at all. And green peppers. But most things I like about everything else. I'm not too picky. How long have I been a Christ follower? I was saved when I was 19 years old. It was in 2004, so I would have been 19 years old. So I'm 37 now. I'm almost 38, so that would be like almost 20 years, 19 years ago. I've been following Christ, and I look a lot different now than I did back then, but that's how it works. So what am I most looking forward to being a pastor's wife? Being in full-time ministry, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. I have really grown to love the local church in the last several years that we've been here. And I think the local church is very important. And I think it's lacking in America with what it should be, as in making disciples. And so I'm really looking forward to being in full-time ministry and being a part of that. I also had a question on here for I have a question for an updated homeschool check-in, and I'm gonna make a separate video for that, so make sure you keep your eye out for that. And then the last question is, do I have any advice for new YouTubers? My advice is to be consistent and to not give up. If it's really something you want to do, keep doing it, regardless of what your numbers are, your subscribers or your watch hours. Also, don't expect your channel to grow fast. I have done that in the past where I compare myself to other channels. I get frustrated because I've been doing YouTube consistently for 5 years and I still have only a couple thousand followers, where I see other channels who do it for 6 months and grow to 10,000 followers, and that can be frustrating, but I actually enjoy doing it, and so I keep going. So be consistent and don't compare yourself to other channels. Just keep doing it if you really want to do it and you enjoy it. Okay, another thing, I also had a request for a house tour. I'm not sure if I will do that or not. She had commented that I video a lot in the like dining room, kitchen, and outside areas, and that is true. I do that because that's where I spend most of my time. And I just haven't decided yet if I'm comfortable doing a full house tour on YouTube or not. So I will, if I decide to do that, then you'll see a video for that, and if not, then I won't do it. That's all of my questions that I had for today. If I get some more on there, I'll do another Q&A video. And if you have any more questions for me that you would like answered, make sure you leave them down in the comments below. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.